Hello, I'm here with Master Instructor Bill Balogh. With more than 40 years of elite instruction experience, Bill came to Evolution to advance our athletes and our coaching knowledge base. Bill began working with our athletes earlier this year, and we've seen an immediate impact on the development and the growth of our athletes. He's working closely with Michelle and I to mold our program to meet the new demands for the upcoming competitive year. Inclusive of that is athletes now have to incorporate tumbling in front of their passes, in the middle of their passes, and then end with a level of appropriate skill in both pass and standing tumbling. Bill, can you share with us a little bit about some of the things that you've observed here at your time at Evolution?
Well, the first thing I observed was a very well organized gym that you have here, Mike, and how eager your staff is and how involved they are with their students. Pretty much the same thing I've been doing for my entire gymnastic life. I like to work close with kids, and that's the kind of staff you have. They're good with support, they're very positive, there's no negative criticism, and that fits my mode of coaching, so I'm very happy to be part of this organization.
Bill, you talked about the motivation. Bill, if you listen to any of his classes, he has a blending of a high intensity of motivation and a high intensity of instruction. We started our intensive instruction program and seen great success. Tell us a little bit about what's happening in the intensive instruction class and some of the athlete responses.
Athlete responsive have been very good. I'm pushing the kids a little bit harder. That's my natural way with kids, to keep them busy, to have no one standing around. My thing is an eclectic style of training where I think my strongest point is problem solving. So I try to use different methods to help kids find their way and learn skills. And I hope to bring that to your staff and incorporate that into your program so that you can reach your success and your goals for this year.
Some of the things we've seen in the intensive tumbling has been introduction of brand new drills, introduction of new conditioning to get the athletes confident in these skills and then independent. So what are some of the things that you've been working on at the beginner level and then the intermediate level and the advanced level classes in the intensive?
Most important to me is to have a complete athlete. So I try to incorporate all the skills at the beginner level that are necessary for a beginner to reach their goals. Example is some people like to bring their kids on only to do back handsprings, but I make sure kids learn forward rolls because forward rolls lead to front flips. I make sure they learn their backward rolls well because backward rolls lead to back flips. There are also safety skills in case you overturn a certain type of skill, let's say a back flip on floor, and you fall back, you should know how to roll out of it safely. So they're important skills. Cartwheels lead to good round-off development, and of course, back handspring training. And to break skills down into parts, not to just do the whole skill all the time, but to use progressions. The idea is to be progressive, to constantly have a constant success of learning in their training. So it's very important that these students learn skill development through progressions, doing parts, halves, and whole skills, and using all the equipment and knowledge that we can to help them achieve success instantly. That's a very important thing for kids, to have instant success and not to lag and feel left out. So that's what I hope to bring to your program and help your staff with.
It's not just the end skill anymore that matters.
Right.
We've been doing a lot of work on handspring speed and handspring power in classes. Could you touch on that a little bit?
Yeah, the best tumblers in the world are fast. And you can't tumble slow and expect to defy gravity and come out successfully. So there's a few factors that are very important for these kids to learn. One is to be very flexible so they can pass through and in and out of positions with ease. The next thing is to be extremely and strong and powerful in your tumbling. So conditioning is going to be a very important aspect of this program. And next is doing proper technique development so that the basic skills that we do lead to more difficult and higher level skills down the road, and that they can be easily attained. So we have to set our goals for each child at a point where they're attainable, where we can reach them, not beyond their reach. So it's a progressive system. It's a slow cycle of learning, but we have to make sure that there's success along the way and that the drills are appropriate for the athlete doing it. Some people are going to pick skills up faster than others. So basically we're coaching kids at their learning rate, and that's fine. As long as we have, my thing with my students and my athletes over the years is that they always have to show me improvement. I don't care if it's small or it's large. I'll take it in any form as long as there's a constant lift of improvement. It goes up. You know.
But if they want that edge, what are some things they can do at home?
Well, a lot of people think running, swimming, those aren't the kind of things that are going to help you be a tumbler. Tumblers have to be powerful, have to be explosive. It's what we call plyometrics. It's rebounding quickly and suddenly. We have to get away from gravity. Gravity is such a strong force. So what I suggest the kids do at home is strength for legs, mostly things like squat jumps, lunge jumps, not things like pushing weights at a slow rate. That's not going to give you speed. It has to be conducive to tumbling. It has to mimic the skill itself. So we want to do explosive movements for the legs. We want the back strong. We want the stomach strong. We want the side strong. So we have to work on the core. That's going to be very important because takeoff for flipping requires a tight body. The other thing is the shoulders have to be strong, and the arms, mostly triceps, not so much bicep muscle, but the back of the arms for blocking or rebounding, pushing off the floor. So those are the things that we should emphasize the kids doing at home: legs, core, and arms. And that pretty much will satisfy what they need for tumbling. You want to have a home strength program that is consistent and that is challenging. Sometimes I always tell kids to add every week or every other week a few more reps, and then start to go from, let's say you start with, let's say, lunge jumps. You start with 10 lunge jumps at home. Next week you do 12. The week after you do 15. Then you do 15 the week after that, and you start 7, 8, or 9, or 10, and start a second series and build up to 3 sets. And the thing is for them to be consistent with it. It takes 30 days to learn a habit, a good habit, and it has to be 30 days in a row. So I would break up strength where they would do legs at home one day, and the next day they would do arms, and every day they would do core, because the stomach can be worked every day. So it's like every third day you're doing your stomach, your legs. Every third day you're doing your arms, and every day you do your core.
That's great. The last thing, Bill has been doing training for our facility for a number of years, and we consider ourselves very fortunate that he's now on the floor, even more so now than ever. He still continues to train our staff. Bill, what are some of the things that you've noticed from the staff in terms of the things that they're learning and doing now?
Very eager to learn new progressions, new drills, new concepts. Like I said, I use an eclectic style. I tell them that sometimes one method may work for one child, another child may not grasp that way. So you got to find a way around to help them. They've been very responsive, and I enjoy working with your staff here, and I feel very at home here at your gym.
Thank you. We're so pleased to have you, and thank you for taking the time today to discuss with the parents what they'll expect in the upcoming season. Your athlete's going to be seeing a lot of Bill in the training, and it's important that if you have questions that you engage us, that you ask, as we make changes to take our program one giant step forward in the next year. It's important that the parents understand what we're doing and how we're doing it, so please ask questions. Bill, thank you for your time today.
Thank you. My pleasure.
Thank you.